Do you know what it feels like to have a thorn in your side and you don't know how to address it? If you were to even look at me sometimes, and you might notice me raise my voice just a tiny bit, I don't usually do that ever, and I might sort of be more physically expressive. I might kind of be a bit more agitated. You can just see it just slightly in my tones and facial expressions. It's because usually, if there's something underlying beneath us, there's this thorn in our side. And that captures your attention a lot. Like a little tiny thorn can cause so much agony. And so what seems like not much of a big deal to you could be true. It could be not a big deal, but still a small deal does have significant impact. 20-80 rule, remember that. That's a studied rule where 20% of certain causes bring about 80% of effects. And I wanted to make this quick video because I just realized one such thorn. There is a specific coach that I personally like to watch, but I'm having second opinions about this guy because after speaking with him personally on a one-to-one level, in the very rare instances that I do, I've always had a very bad experience talking to this guy. And when I look at him commenting to people in his comment sections on his YouTube videos, I notice him say, "Are you in my program yet?" It's the word yet. Now, the word yet is a very interesting word because it kind of depends on how you use it. If I was teaching someone how to drive a car and I was trying to see if they were competent in a certain skill or not, the best way to make the learner driver not feel like shit when marking them right would be to say that they're not yet competent. Now, the whole purpose behind why we're saying the word yet in that instance is to not let the other person feel like shit and they still have hope and to get their license, etc. That's a real thing. Because if you just say outright to the student who fails the test or so on, they literally feel like shit. They want to cry all the time and it just feels bad, And to be honest, it probably doesn't even really help them because the mind is so focused on failure. Now, this coach that I'm talking about, who I'm not going to reveal, he said to one of his clients, not even his clients, just a commenter on YouTube, saying how much he appreciates the videos, the coach says, "Are you in my program yet?" And that gets under my skin a little bit because it's like, oh, so you're not going to have success on YouTube. You're not going to have, obviously YouTube is a self-learning platform, but what do you mean? Why are you not in my program yet? That may sound like an invitation, but I feel like after speaking with the actual coach one-on-one, it's more of a trap. It's a guilt trip. Because it's like, oh, well, if my life has improved and I've learned so much and I've perhaps even implemented stuff, let's be real, learning and implementing are two different things, but let's say you implement stuff, just because you're not in the program yet, what does that mean? It's the subtle implications behind what is said. It's like rage baiting. It's like if you want to rage bait someone, you tell them a very small thing with a lot of underlying implications behind what is meant. Even if there's nothing really meant by it, the jab is meant to get under someone's skin. And it reminds me of when the scamdemic happened, when everyone was getting the COOF vaccines, right? The COVID vaccines, and there's a lot of propaganda by the government saying, have you got your COVID vaccine yet? That was literally propaganda because I'm someone who personally will never do that. And it's just like, what do you mean, have I gotten mine yet? They also personalize it by saying yours or, things like that. But in the word yet, the propaganda was, have you gotten it yet? There was no outright no. There was no option to leave. There was no option to opt out. And truth be told, these instruments they've used to inject people with are extremely questionable in themselves. But the propaganda tends to be effective at a very surface level glance, because I don't think a lot of people understand the implications behind the word yet in some instances like that, unless you monitor your emotions, right?